Hello, friends, and welcome to your daily insight reading with me, Intuitive Rene. Today is Tuesday, the 15th of December 2020, and we are getting closer and closer to the end of the year. So exciting. This week, or sorry, let me start off. Today, I am working with the Ethereal Visions Tarot deck. And I've got two cards that I have shuffled and drawn from there. And for the whole week, I'm going to be working with these two. And this is your Ask Your Guides Oracle. And as you can see, this is the Buddha Wisdom Divine Masculine cards. So these are going to give us just additional information on the message that we have coming through here from the tarot. So let's get straight into it and see what is the energy of the day. What do we need to know for Tuesday? So the first card we have, and these cards are just truly exquisite, but the first card we have is the moon. So the moon is all about change and transformation and cycles of life, and also about recognizing and connecting with our intuition. You can see how she sits. Okay, so she sits and she's pondering and she's thinking. There's no stress, there's no worry, there's no anxiety with her. There we have the moon symbol sitting just above her as well, and she's very confident in who she is. She's very confident in what she has to offer and what she's got going on with herself. She doesn't need anybody else to validate or to give her the information. She's trusting her intuition. She's listening to herself. She's nurturing her own guidance. She's nurturing her own wisdom. She's nurturing her own self, and she's recognizing that she is a powerful female energy, powerful feminine energy, powerful emotions, and powerful cycles of life. And whatever it is that you're facing at the moment, whatever it is that's happening in your life today for Tuesday, recognize that it's all just part of a cycle. And when we recognize the cycle, when we recognize that everything is just a journey and just a cycle, it sometimes makes it easier. It sometimes makes it easier for us to just accept that and to allow it to happen without trying to stop it, control it, or navigate it. And then once that cycle has moved on, then, we recognize, okay, so we're actually all right. But it's also about trusting your intuition. It's also about recognizing that your intuition is such a strong part of who you are. So whatever you're going through today, whatever emotions you may be feeling today, just recognize that it's a cycle. Recognize that it's a part of a bigger picture, and just recognize that it's just something that you have to go with. So just go with the flow. Don't try and control and navigate it too much. Just allow it to be whatever it is it needs to be, whatever it is it wants to be. Let's see what else we have. If I could pick it up. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we have the Four of Swords, as you can see across the bottom here. It is a very dull card. It's a very pale card. Okay, so we've got pale purples and pale greens coming through, and maybe not even very clear on the screen. But you know what? The Four of Swords is all about rest. The Four of Swords is all about meditation, contemplation, rest, prayer, all of those kind of mindful activities. So it's actually very interesting that it's paired with the moon card, because as I was saying, the moon card, she looks like she's contemplating. She looks like she's, just contemplating life, contemplating her place in life, what she brings to the table, who she is, what she's made up of, what's important and what's significant. The Four of Swords card is saying to you, what, take it easy. Take it easy and rest. Don't put so much additional pressure on yourself. It's about, and if you look, you can see that he's got his full armor on. So he's ready to go into battle. He's ready to get up and get doing. He's ready to do whatever it is that he needs to do. But while he's waiting, while we're waiting for that cycle to go, and it's interesting how I see the full moon here as well. Okay, so while we're waiting for the cycle, while we're waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, let's rest. Let's give our physical, our emotional, our spiritual, our intellectual, let's give all of those different parts of ourselves, let's give them a chance to just breathe. Okay, this is what's important here. The Four of Swords is saying, let's not rush in. Whatever's happening today, whatever energies you're experiencing today, just take it in your stride. Just take it in your stride. Don't try and force anything. Don't try and control anything. Don't try and navigate too much. Just let things happen in their own time. Just let things happen in their own way. And just know that everything's going to work out exactly as it should. But recognize it's just the cycles of life. And we need to just allow those cycles to go. We need to just allow those cycles to flow, and we need to just trust. But we need to pay attention to our physical selves, and we need to recognize it's time to allow ourselves to rest, to recharge, and to recuperate. Let's have a look and see what Ask Your Guides wants to say to us today. Oh, wow. Okay. So we've got discipline. All right, it's so we've gone from two very light and pale cards to one that's quite dark. All right, and it says discipline master teacher, card number 33. So for those of you who follow numerology, 33 is a master number and it is the master teacher number. So what is it? It's about learning. It's about the lessons. Okay, so whatever it is that's happening around you today, let's learn as much as we can. Let's observe. Let's be mindful. Let's be aware of everything that's going on today, and recognize that every experience we have is all about the lessons, the big life lessons. Okay, and discipline is needed. Discipline to not charge ahead. Discipline to not go running into something that you're not prepared for, that you haven't strategized for, and that you're not ready for. Okay, that is actually very, very interesting. I want to see what Buddha wisdom wants to add to the situation. Can you read it there? Is it clear? It says your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. Oh my gosh, I'm actually going to push that one up a bit just to make sure that you can see them all quite clearly. So let me read that again. It says your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. So that talks to these two cards quite strongly, doesn't it? It talks to master teacher, it talks to discipline. It's saying to you that if you don't guard your thoughts, your intuition, your understanding, your cycles, if you don't wait until the right moment, if you charge ahead without thinking, without having a strategy, and without giving your physical being a space to breathe, to relax, to recharge, that is going to be your worst enemy. Okay, we need a bit of discipline to hold back. You know what? I understand when we get to this part of the year, when we get to, the end of really difficult year, we're all on edge. Okay, our emotions are a little bit all over the place. Our intellect, our ability, our sense of humor, it's gone. Okay, it's done and it's dusted. We are all absolutely exhausted. It's been a long, hard, difficult year. And what we need to understand here is that this is a time for healing. This is the time for change. This is the time for becoming, letting go of, and allowing the new to come through. It's all about the lessons. It's all about having the discipline to hold back. Don't speak until you've thought, until you've processed, until you've recognized the cycles, seen them, recognize the cycles, and know what's going on, and know that it's all part of the lessons. If we don't learn the lessons now, we're carrying them into the next year, and we don't want to be doing that. We really don't want to be doing that. So let's learn. Let's learn now. Let's learn from the master teachers. Let's learn everybody who causes pain and discomfort. These worst enemies that you have in your life, they're all here to teach you. And you need to be disciplined enough to recognize it and to wait patiently for it all to manifest the way that it needs to. I want to read this to you one more time. Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. Okay. So friends, have an amazing Tuesday. Big strong message coming through for you here today. I do hope it helps you. I do hope it guides you, and I do hope it offers you whatever it is you need in your life today. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. Until we connect again, take care.